Unfortunately, 4 young girls got squashed to death at the signing.
If we hadn't been there, those people would still be alive.
But their popularity in the UK was a drop in the ocean compared to their standing in Asia, as their next big tour would prove.
The Asian market really took to us, and Philippines was one of our main territories, Singapore, Thailand.
In Manila, we had 25,000 people show up at a signing at a mall. Things were just crazy.
Instead of the normal thing where we would try and walk through a crowd and people would be wanting to sort of touch us, they wanted just a piece of us. They're pulling hair, they were ripping jackets.
But nothing could prepare them for what happened next.
Hello! Hello!
With 2 #1s under their belt, on a massive tour of Asia, A1 were experiencing massive popularity.
As we go on and on the tour, a lot of fans are just following us, which is what we really wanted, which is excellent.
But on the last leg, things took an unexpected turn.
Indonesia was particularly chaotic. We turned up to a mall in Jakarta for a signing. I pretty got a sense early on that it was a bit out of control.
You could see girls at the front actually being squashed, so their faces were right up against the glass. And I remember looking up and sort of looking at everyone going, can you see this? What's going on here? And so, they sort of went and pushed, some people, back. But I just think the sheer enormity of how many people were there, it was just uncontrollable.
And we've signed like 1 autograph when people say, oh, you gotta go, you gotta rush. I'm like, what's going on? And we weren't told what happened, we just had to, they said something about too many people, we have to cancel.
Unfortunately, 4 young girls got squashed to death at the signing.
The band is, at this point, in an extreme shock condition. The fans got excited, and then they started to scream and yell and start pushing one another out. That's when the unfortunate things happened.
2 girls got tripped over and got trampled over. And they were sisters. And then 2 more, from the heat, the intense heat, passed out and then got trampled over, and we didn't know anything about it.
I guess it's something that we can never fully come to terms with or accept. We know that we didn't cause it, but we also know that if we weren't there, if we hadn't been there, those people would still be alive, maybe, and that is hard.
Devastated by the Jakarta tragedy, A1 withdrew from the public eye. Their overseas record label, who'd organised the signing, were in the firing line, and all communication lines were stopped.
None of us were sort of in the frame of mind to begin work again, because we obviously didn't get into a music career for that to happen. No one does. So I think it was a time for us to sort of reevaluate what we were doing and why we were doing it.
Luckily for the lads, they had their songwriting royalties to tide them over in the long months that followed. And when they did get back into the studio, they were determined to do things their way.
We did, a whole bunch of songwriting. We became more of a band rather than a boy band.
We came back with a very different sound. I think we were at a point where we make or break here, so the next single really has to count and it has to be something good.